So you've been searching online for a way to make crystal clear ice cubes, and you've probably stumbled across a lot of videos showing you how to make clear ice cubes by boiling water or double boiling water or even using purified or distilled water. But I'm going to show you how to make those crystal clear cubes without having to do any of that. Now, in order to make those crystal clear ice cubes, you're going to need a couple things. The first thing you're going to need, obviously, is some sort of ice cube tray. Now, for me, I like to use the ISKØLD silicone ice cube tray simply because it's made out of silicone. As you can see, it's pretty flexible, which makes it really easy to pop out those cubes when we're done. The second thing is that it makes those jumbo ice cubes that are like 2 inches big. So to be honest, it looks pretty neat when the ice cubes are floating around in the glass. It also comes with a nice bottle opener too. It's pretty heavy duty, so that's a nice little bonus as well. The second thing you're gonna need is that you're gonna need some sort of cooler. Now, if you have one laying around at home that'll fit in your freezer, great. If not, I highly recommend the Coleman cooler. It's the 5-quart size and it fits in the freezer quite nice. And I know I'm gonna use it for other things too, so it's not just for the ice cubes. So now that you have everything you need, I'm gonna show you how to put this all together so you can make those crystal clear cubes. So now that we have our cooler and now that we have our ice cube tray, what we're actually gonna do is take our ice cube tray, put it inside the cooler. And as you can see, that fits pretty well. And what we're gonna do is that we're actually gonna fill up the ice cube tray with water, and then we're gonna fill up the rest of the cooler with water up until the brim of the ice cube tray. Now, what we're actually trying to accomplish here is something called directional freezing, which means that water is only gonna be frozen from one direction. And in this case, it's gonna be from the top down. Because one of the reasons why water freezes cloudy, or that you have cloudy ice cubes, is because the water is being frozen from all sides. When it's in a normal ice cube tray, there's nothing insulating it. So once we do this and insulate it from the sides and insulate it from the bottom up, this water is only gonna freeze basically from the top down. So that's gonna help us get those clear cubes that you're looking for. Now, one thing I wanna mention as well is to check the setting on your freezer, because if it's super, super cold, it's not gonna work as well, because what we're doing is that we're just basically slowing the freezing process and making sure that it's only freezing from the top down. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill up the tray, then fill up the cooler, and then pop it into the freezer and wait about 24 hours. So it's been about 24 hours since we put the cooler in the freezer. Checked on the ice cubes, they look like they're good to go. So what I did is I took the cooler out, set it on the countertop, and actually just let it sit there for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now, the reason why I did this is because if you try to take the cooler out and try to take that big block of ice that we just created out when it's still frozen to the size of the cooler and everything, it's gonna be kind of tough to get out. So what you wanna do is you wanna let it kind of thaw a little bit, and then it's a lot easier to take out. So what we're gonna get at the end of the day is something that looks a bit like this. So you're gonna have your ice cube tray, and then your ice surrounding it. And then what you're gonna do is that you're gonna put it in the sink, and you're gonna chip the ice away from the actual ice cube tray with a hammer and a knife or anything that you kind of have laying around. Now with this tray, it's actually pretty easy to get these ice cubes out. All you really have to do is just flip it over, kind of pull back the edges a little bit, and then just start pushing from the other side. So you can just see that's popped out quite nice. Just do the same thing here. Just pop all of these out. As you see, these are some pretty big cubes. Now, one of the things that I actually like to do is that I like to run a little bit of water over top of these, just so you can see actually how cold or how clear they are. So as you can see, they're actually pretty clear.